I'm not sure when beating people up became a trend, but this is where we got to, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, Video by Janae Danielle. I hope I'm saying that right. And this video is titled "When Did Hitting Your Partner Become When Did Hitting Your Partner Become a Trend, bro?" Oh my god! First off, guys, it's never okay to hit your partner. Okay, come on, let's be adults here. Okay, I'm turning 25 in a few days, like, and I've never in my life hit a female, even if it was considered self-defense. Me being black, I'd rather just run away and protect my freedom. It's never worth it, bro. But yeah, that's just me. Oh God.
Beating on men, putting your hands on men. Y'all really think that that's funny? A lot of y'all ain't been beat back.
Beats boys. Huh? Beats that boy.
I'm
What?
not the friend that you call when your man is acting up, because I'm going to tell you to put your hands on him.
Just saw a girl hit her boyfriend. It's hard watching others live your dream.
I don't know
What?
to hear this, but sometimes I'm
And we as men are condoning this? We're encouraging this stuff? There are okay, well, I guess that's fair. I should have seen that coming. There are guys out there that like getting beat up by girls. And then there are, I guess it gives those girls that same confidence to, like, I guess really lean into that. I guess to make it their whole
man does
personality.
need to be beat. 2026, men, we get beat.
The way a lot
No.
of y'all is
No, we
normalizing
don't get
domestic
beat.
violence is really scary to me.
One of the worst things that can happen
Bro.
in a relationship is surprise being repackaged and resurfacing on the internet as something, I kid you not, hashtag relatable, hashtag funny, and hashtag trending.
No.
Yes, domestic violence is trending on social media, and I wish I could say it was because we fast forwarded to October and it was Domestic Violence Awareness Month,
Yeah, that's
but
different.
no, we are currently in the time where people are loudly
That'd be different if it was like domestic violence awareness and all that stuff, bro. But like, y'all, it's March. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. This is crazy, bro.
and proudly coming online and taking a stand for it.
Men. A lot of men are very audacious. Because they don't get beaten enough.
Now, before we get
Bro.
into this video, I do want to give a quick viewer advisory. I will be blurring all physical acts of violence to make this video easier to sit through, but we will be talking
Easier to sit through. Girl, we don't care about that, man. You want to get monetized. She want to get monetized. Hey. I like the hustle.
and
Get on the
if
grind.
that's triggering for you, please click off this video. I try to make my platform a cozy corner, but not all important conversations can be cozy. So I understand if this video is not
That's
your
fair.
cup of tea, and I will see you in the next one. But if you are staying, welcome to the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed. Now, I'm not saying you have to subscribe. You're classy. I know you don't just give those away for free, but hopefully at the end of this video, we become bestie enough for you to take that next step. That
Yes,
being said,
queen.
To understand how we got to the lowest point of society, we have to go back to a time when this wasn't a trend, okay? It was a secret.
I wouldn't let anybody know. In fact, when it all did come out, everybody was very surprised. Because when I had the black and blues and that, I didn't go out. I didn't go anyplace.
But he would have such control not to hit me in the face, so that way no one would know. It was a big secret, and he could keep it that way.
I tried to cover up for years. I tried to cover up for having to go in with the black eye and make an excuse that it was the footballer, it was walking into the door. You know, the covering up is the worst, I feel.
Domestic violence was something that dangerously thrived because of silence, and it was everywhere, happening to men and women all around the world, but it lived behind closed doors in neighborhoods where everyone minded
Yeah,
their business
that's
because
true.
legally it was
But now everybody want to talk and spit drama left and right, and everything that would be considered private nowadays is like out in the blue, bro. You could find anything on TikTok nowadays.
allowed.
If you go back to, say, the 1960s, what you would find is that intervention by police officers in cases involving intimate partner violence was pretty rare. That oftentimes the men, and at that time we were only talking about men as perpetrators of violence, were told to take a walk around the block. But the police training manuals of the time actually said, don't intervene, these are domestic cases.
Back in the early 1900s, the law and law enforcement, they didn't see domestic violence as abuse. It was a private marital matter, which meant whatever happened between you and your spouse and in your household was not their crime to care about, especially if they didn't see it happen for themselves.
Open up, it's the police.
I had no idea.
Calm down. Take it easy. All right, Ted, get him out of here. Fresh here. Take it easy.
He's crazy. He doesn't know what he's doing.
All right, he seems to be all right. You want us to take him down to emergency?
Oh, I just want him locked up.
Well, ma'am, now I can't do that.
What?
Unless the crime is committed in our presence.
Do you mean you can't arrest a man when he's beating up a woman?
Not unless we see him do it.
This position.
Oh God. Oh, that is savage. That is crazy. Oh man. Boy, have times have changed, man. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? No? All right, tough ground. All right.
The husband had was because he was the head of the household, and back in that era, being the head of the house, making all the money, and basically owning all legal rights to your
Give
wife.
you all the authority.
Let's not forget, women weren't considered independent individuals until the 1970s. That means while the police enforce no laws, the aggressor could enforce anything on their family.
The husband is kind of king of the household. He is the person with legal rights. And then societal attitudes and also often police procedures that turned a blind eye towards domestic violence. You know, many people would say, well, you know, you need to stay with your husband. Well, what are you doing to provoke this? You know, ministers might have this attitude, neighbors, domestic abuse, you know, it's a family matter.
So
You know something funny about that too? It's like when I hear women talk about like how they want a traditional man, I think of times like this, you know what I'm saying? Because this was not that long ago, guys. You know what I'm saying? This was like very recent times that people used to live in. And it's like if you want a traditional man, it's like, are you just talking about only the good parts, like opening doors and all that, or you talk about everything else? Because I feel like you gotta take the good with the bad. Now, me as a black man personally, I wouldn't want to be in them times. So I definitely prefer being black in 2026 rather than the 1950s. You know, that's just me.
A lot of them tried to leave, of course, but with no support from the system and nowhere else to run. And then on top of that, they probably had babies and children. That factor was held over their heads at any mention of walking out that door.
You don't want me to go to school, do you?
I want you to stay at home where you belong.
I don't have to take
Wow.
Wait just a minute. You calm down. You're not in any position to make any impulsive decisions.
Oh, no. I'm taking Stevie and I'm leaving.
No way. A boy Stevie's age needs his father. Ask any judge. I know, I'm a lawyer, remember? You are my wife. Stevie is my son. And nothing you can say or do will change that. If you ever leave me again, I'll use every law in the books to make sure you never see Stevie again. You understand?
Fast forward to the 1970s,
Man.
women were getting a bit more legal rights. They were told to fight back against male control, and that sparked a fire in them. But without a place to run, without their own money, the only thing women could retaliate with was death.
My dad was really punching her that night, really her up bad that night. And my mom decided she'd had enough. She put us in the car, went back in the house, came back out in a rush, crying. All his kids are screaming. And I remember looking back, just like this, and seeing flames through the trees.
Francine Hughes burst into the guardhouse at the sheriff's office shouting, "I did it, I did it." What she'd done was her husband.
She poured gasoline under his bed and lit it.
She was driven to her husband by constant beatings
Wow.
during the 13 years they lived together.
No.
I can hear the girls in the comments right now be like, "Yes, girl, good for her, bro. Good for her." You know how like bad, like how bad this guy get for you to be happy that you killed your husband.
Other trial that originated in the state of Michigan has received such widespread national attention as the Francine Hughes murder trial.
The burning bed case was one of the first DV cases that drew massive media attention to expose the legal system failures and shine light on the reality of it all.
Police were called all the time. And unless they saw Mickey actually striking Francine, which was highly unlikely, they would leave. And that happened many, many, many times.
I'm about to say, yeah, them
Say
cops knew
women
that
were
like he was
fighting
hitting that
back,
girl.
Y'all, they were fighting back. Prisons around that time were full of women who were really just serving life for taking their abusers. With all of this happening, the police officers and courts, they heard this retaliation by death loud and clear. A much needed cultural shift was happening. Women were being justified. Yes, in many of these cases, they had to take a life to get theirs back. But in the end, these women weren't being punished anymore for being punished.
These women are in prison because of the process, not because of their cases, not because of the facts of their cases.
So I just wrote a simple letter asking the governor, we've been in prison for multiple years, we're abused women, we've suffered, we are offenders, but we're victims, and everybody signed it. And before I knew it, there was this big, wow.
Wow.
We need all our sisters home. Our families are missing their mothers, their daughters.
So back then, women...
To be honest with you, man, I think that's pretty valid, right? I mean, just look at it from, you know, from your own point of view. If you were like, if you were getting abused left and right and you were afraid for your life, honestly, I don't think that's murder. I think that's pretty much self-defense, you know? Like you keep getting abused left and right, bro. You're literally in fear for your life. Like you gotta do something. You gotta do something about it, man.
Weren't violent because they wanted power. They had no protection, and their fight was about survival. But over time, that started to shift, and the tone around aggression became a bit casual. Around the early 2000s, a lot of kids were basically taught that one playground rule that I feel like messed a lot of people up in the heads. You know the phrase, if they hit you, it means they like you.
Do you know why that little boy did those things and said those things? It's because he likes you.
Oh my God, get. Come on, guys, yeah. Listen, I as a kid, bro, and even now, it's like if I like someone, like I want to like do so much good for them. Like I want to care for them. I want to look out for them. I want to have their best interests at heart. I'm not trying to hit the girl. Call me. Am I crazy for thinking that? That is crazy, chat. But what?
Conjured up the lie to tell little girls, oh, when he hits you, he likes you? Why were you setting women up for failure? Huh?
I don't know if it was because from decades of treating violence as
I guess that explains a lot of women nowadays. You know, I live in the South, so take that how you will.
private or expected, that opened the door for later generations to grow up confusing the message around love and conflict. I don't know. But teaching a child that aggressive behavior means someone loves you, that's never going to end well. And as the world got a bit more modern, it started to prove that.
If your boyfriend hits you or beats you up, stay with him. He loves you. Because
No one believes that, right? Chat, you don't really believe what he's saying, right?
he's risking for you to press charges on him, calling the police. A guy that's willing to do that for a girl, it's amazing.
Do you really believe that, or are you just goofing on everybody?
I really do believe that. Like, I get a lot of messages on my social media asking me.
This bitch is crazy. This bitch is crazy, y'all. Oh no, man. We is cooked.
For advice, and a lot of girls are like, I look up to you, and I feel like I'm an inspiration to them. They feel the same way.
Inspiration? Women enduring violence, fighting against that violence, just to teach kids that violence means love.
I don't like him.
What did he do?
He was doing all the things. He was chasing, he was following me, chasing me, trying to pretend he was by me, and he yelled at my face, yelled at my ears, and he bring my body parts, he yelled at my face, and he spit on my face.
You know, a lot of the times when boys do that and they act like that, it's because they like you.
Oh
And I
my
truly
God,
feel like
bro.
that message right there put it in the heads of many people that putting your hands on your partner wasn't shameful anymore. It was just a part of the relationship.
This is my brother. No, they not. 'Cause
Wow.
What are you talking about?
It's not
You a
about
whole
you.
different- It is because you my fuck you talking about.
It's not about you.
So watch your mouth.
If we want to be honest, the way these couples just casually discuss this may make a lot of you say, hey, it's just a joke. But where did we get to this point in a relationship where this is a joke?
Y'all talk so much shit. And now I understand why men used to come home and beat their wives. I understand now. I'm starting to understand that. I really am.
Bruh. And this is very popular, like in the country scene. There's this thing that people do when they drink alcohol, and then the girls like splash like some more alcohol on their face, and then they slap them, bro. Like it's trying to, like, why are you trying to make this shit cool? This is not cool. This is cringe and it's degenerate. Okay, this is sad, bro.
I had to mute the song for copyright reasons, but she's just slapping him to the beat of the song, you know, casual jokes and casual comments like
Wow.
he's right where he wants to be and petition for us to start beating our boyfriends more.
Huh?
Modern media has
If men did something like this, bro, oh my gosh, a backlash. Oh, shit.
reframed assault into something playful and toxic, which we all know a lot of people love. You'll see casual acts of unprovoked violence.
We chasing that.
No.
And that alone has made a lot of people desensitized to it.
Mm-mm.
And obviously so, because there's even a trend for the perpetrators to just come online and proudly admit to something they should not take pride in.
What do the women that beat men look like? I hear so much about them, but what do they look like so I know how to avoid them? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do the women that beat men
Yeah,
look
bro. Yeah, man. Any guy with good sense is not taking that seriously, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be for real here.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Brittany Monique. I ain't confessing this, but you know what's going on.
I'm gonna say something that you're probably gonna have to wrap your head around, and you may not agree and you may not like the sound of it, but just hear me out. Y'all remember earlier when we talked about that much needed cultural shift, when women had no other option but to fight back and the justice system finally started listening? Well, once that shift made fighting back more justified, over time, the look of fighting back started looking different, especially online. It seemed like some people started branding hitting men as empowerment. Almost
That's
like,
crazy.
yes,
That's crazy.
take the power back, but go ahead and knock that man out in the process.
So I've recently started a business where I beat men. So you are in a violent relationship. This boyfriend is trying to scam you. You're confused about him. He's cheating on you. He's beating you up. Wake me up at midnight to beat a man. Please, give me the opportunity. So I have a goal.
Oh, God.
In all this, I have a goal. I want to be able to beat at least 1,000 men by 2027.
Why is that a goal? Like, why is that a part of your main focus in life? There are so many other things you could do, bro. You can learn how to play piano or something.
I'm literally going to punish men, for sure.
And it's such a controversial but also touchy topic because I would never intervene with a victim standing up to their abuser or someone stepping in to help a victim. Not to mention, sometimes God uses other people to make examples out of the wicked. But what we're seeing online, that's not justice. I don't understand how that's justice. This push to fight back is...
This is not justice. This is like some form of, like, I don't know. I guess it's like they're using their gender to their advantage because it's like, I don't know, but this ain't like how it used to be. Like, this ain't women fighting against, domestic violence like how it was back in the day. This is not what it is, okay? Because I don't know what this is, but this ain't it.
Sending the wrong message to people who were never in danger to begin with. And all of a sudden, we're supposed to beat men just because they disrespected us.
Beat him. Put your hands on him. I'm not the friend that you call when your man is acting up, because I'm going to tell you to put your hands on him.
I feel like for any relationship to work, the man has to be scared of the woman just a little bit.
Okay, you know what? I can't take this anymore. My brain's rotting. Okay, guys, if you want to watch the rest of this video, I'm gonna leave a link to the original video down in the description. Subscribe to this girl. She is she is very well spoken. Actually, I really appreciate that. Very well put together video. But if you enjoyed this video, go watch more of it, man. But other than that, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon, man. Holy shit.